So you want to move to Toronto, but what neighborhood should you choose? Well, in this video, we do a deep dive into the uber trendy condo-centric neighborhood of Liberty Village and give you all the information that you need to decide whether or not it's for you. Let's jump into it. Hey everyone, my name is Morgan Little. I'm a Toronto-based realtor and real estate investor. If at any time you have any questions or you just want to chat about real estate, there's a link in my description where you can book a one-on-one with myself. Now, let's talk about Liberty Village. Liberty Village is a small, trendy hub located on the west end of Toronto, running south of King Street, between Dufferin on the west and Strachan on the east, and just north of Exhibition Place. Although it's more recently spilled over to the east side of Strachan as condo development has expanded. This super sought-after neighborhood is filled with a mix of ultra-modern condos as well as older refurbished factory buildings and a few townhouses to boot. The residents tend to be young professionals who are looking for the convenience of having most all of the amenities you could ever desire right at your fingertips. Because the neighborhood provides most of these amenities, it creates a bit of a bubble where you may find yourself not feeling the need to leave the area very often. That being said, it wasn't always that way. Time for a history lesson. Liberty Village has a very storied history. Starting off, it's important that we recognize it as the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nations. Also worth noting, this was the location of the Bloody Battle of York, which took place on April 27, 1813, as Liberty Village is just a short distance from the historic Fort York. In 1873, Toronto's Central Prison was opened, and it was notorious for being inhumane with a propensity for unreported nighttime burials. It's believed that there are many unmarked graves that lay beneath what is now Strachan and East Liberty Street. The prison was shut down in the early 1900s, however, the former prison chapel still remains in the center of modern-day Liberty Village. Also, Canada's first ever women's prison, the Andrew Mercer Reformatory for Women, was located not far away on the grounds where Allan Lamport Stadium now sits, home of the Toronto Wolfpack and the Toronto Argonauts practice field. As prisoners from both facilities would be released, they'd step out onto what is now known as Liberty Street, experiencing their first taste of liberty, thus gaining its current name. Many of the other buildings which line the streets of Liberty Village are former factories that used to produce military equipment for the Canadian Forces, among other things. Those buildings have all since been converted into offices for the likes of Vice News, Universal Music, and Cineplex, tech companies like Kobo and TikTok, and high-end coffee houses and design boutiques, as well as sought-after residential rentals in historical buildings like the Toy Factory lofts. There's also been an explosion of new condo buildings in the area, and those definitely have a cool factor built into their price. All right, let's get into those pros of living in Liberty Village. Transportation. There are a ton of options. If you drive, access to the Gardiner is right there at Lakeshore and Jameson, where you can head east towards the DVP and up to the 401 or west to the QEW or the 427 north to the airport. If you're a Transat guy or gal, then the 504 streetcar, which runs 24/7 east and west on King Street, so you can head downtown and connect with the subway station at St. Andrew Station or take it west to Dundas West Station. There's also buses that run north and south on Dufferin, so you can essentially get anywhere in the city. Also, there's the GO station at Exhibition Place, just south of Dufferin Gates. So if you're traveling to other parts of the GTA or out of the city, this would be your go-to way. If you've watched my video on Parkdale, some of this might be similar because they are neighbors. Liberty Village is also extremely pedestrian friendly. You can walk the neighborhood in about 10 minutes. You can also easily access the beautiful Toronto waterfront just south, as well as Exhibition Place, Fort York, or head north across the King Liberty pedestrian bridge, which is finally done, by the way, to get to vibrant Queen Street West with tons of shops and restaurants and bars. Oh my. All right, let's get into the amenities. If you're living in Liberty Village, chances are you're living in a condo, which will likely give you access to a pool, a gym, a party room, those types of things. If not, you can always hop over to Good Life Fitness on Hannah, probably see me there, for your workouts, and then get yourself a Starbucks or a Booster Juice on the way to get your groceries at Metro or Organic Garage or Longo's. Like I said, Liberty Village pretty much has everything you need. Now when it comes to restaurants, there are plenty of options. Brunch can be held at Mildred's Temple Kitchen, or one of my favorites, School Restaurant. So good. Grab a quick bite at Fat Bastard Burrito, Burger Drop, or Liberty Shawarma, and then hit a great patio like the local public eatery or the Craft, which has a fantastic beer selection. There are also a slew of other options if you stroll down the Liberty corridor. Now, the reason you're probably here, let's talk about housing. Like I mentioned, Liberty Village is very condo-centric, so this may be a pro or a con depending on your lifestyle and your needs. If you're a student or a young professional who likes having the amenities that come with condo living, and you're willing to incur those costs that come with that, and don't want to have to worry about the responsibilities of maintenance and general upkeep that comes with home ownership, then this is the place for you. On the other hand, if you have or you're thinking of starting a family, then a condo may or may not suit your needs. However, as I mentioned, there are townhomes in the northeast end of Liberty that might just be the perfect place for you to grow your family while still getting to live in the city. The only real way to know is to come have a look. If at any time you're interested in viewing some properties in Liberty Village, or if you just want to have a chat about the market, feel free to reach out to me at any time, again, by clicking the link in my description, set up a one-on-one, or reach out to my email, morgan@torontopropertyfinder.ca. Since we're discussing families, I also thought I'd mention the proximity to hospitals. You have St. Joseph's just a short distance away on the Queensway, as well as Western Hospital at Bloor and Bathurst, and Mount Sinai on University, where my daughter was recently born, and Sick Kids on University as well, all within a short drive. Before we get into the cons, I feel like I need to elaborate on the close proximity to the waterfront that living in Liberty Village provides. It's pretty incredible that you get to live in this bustling city and can escape it with just a few minutes walk. It's great. Okay, those dreaded cons. Like I mentioned, Liberty Village is a small area, so if you're claustrophobic, it may not be your cup of tea. It's fairly condensed and crowded. Which brings me to my next point, which is that it has almost everything you need and is close to the water, but it doesn't have a lot of green space in the immediate vicinity. Particularly noticeable is the lack of dog parks. It feels like everyone in Liberty has a little dog, but nowhere to let them run around. Okay, there is one at Stanley Park, which really isn't that far, but I'm just surprised they haven't made room for one in the Liberty bubble. One other missing piece I always find a little annoying is the lack of a post office. Just feels like there should be one close by, especially since the Shoppers Drug Mart has recently opened in the same area. Seems like a no-brainer, but I digress. All right, the biggest con and potential barrier to entry, which you can probably guess, is the cost of living. Convenience generally comes with a cost. If you're not used to paying condo fees, then that needs to be considered when deciding where you're gonna live and what type of property you choose. Also, take into account the cost of groceries, parking, entertainment. Those are all major factors. These items can really add up, and I swear the Metro in Liberty Village is just slightly more expensive than every other grocery store. Maybe I'm crazy, but I feel like it is. Also, one other thing I think it's worth mentioning, as it's changed the dynamic of the neighborhood a little bit since the city opened a respite center just a few years ago, just on the outskirts of Liberty Village, a little closer to Parkdale. With that, it's brought in some visitors with addiction and mental health concerns. During COVID, there was quite a large tent city in the park next to it. Now, I don't say this as an attack on anyone who visits the site. I just thought it was worth noting as it's created a bit of a contrast between its residents and its visitors. All that being said, this is Toronto, and we as citizens must respect each other and coexist. Those are the pros and cons of living in Toronto's Liberty Village neighborhood. If at any time you want to chat about buying or selling in Toronto, set up a one-on-one. Like I said, hit that Calendly link in my description or send me an email at morgan@torontopropertyfinder.ca. Until next time, stay well, stay hungry. Ciao for now.